in the studio with us. Alisa, the design store. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's always a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Aw, thank you.
Well, I get to learn things I didn't know, or I thought I knew, and now I know more.
Yeah, we try to make it informative and for listeners to just really pick up on some tips or tricks throughout the process. So, yeah.
And today we're talking about lighting.
We are. Since we've been in our new location, lighting has really taken off. And I personally love lighting because it used to just be something that was functional, and now so much personality and character comes out in lighting that it can really help to dictate your design style or where you want to bring your interior design. And so I thought, okay, well, today it might be kind of fun to dive in and really just learn more about the types of lighting and what's important when you're going to go start looking for lighting.
So you've been doing this for a couple decades now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just assuming there's a lot more lighting features that you could choose opposed to 20 years ago.
For sure. It's actually kind of mind-blowing, just even in the last 5 years where lighting has gone and how the looks have changed too. So some people might have a hard time hopping on the bandwagon because lighting really has transformed in look and in function. But if done right, it can really just elevate your space.
Change a room?
Oh, for sure. Lighting is probably one of the most important things in a room, really.
Well, yeah, and 20 years ago, we had different wattage of bulbs, but we didn't have like what you call temperature.
Yes, yep. Well, so wattage is more like lumens, and that's the brightness of a bulb. And we know brightness is important, but even more important is what we designers like to call in fancy terms color temperature. And that's the actual color of the bulb. So how soft or cool it is, if you want it to be more like daylight, or if you want it to be more aesthetically pleasing and just soft, then a soft white might be more up your alley. So lumens is kind of discussing just how bright or intense you want that, but the color temperature is saying, okay, this is the actual color of light I want. And one important thing to know is to keep that color temperature consistent throughout your space. So when somebody first comes in, we try to kind of figure out, do you like it where it's a little bit softer, warmer light? Because sometimes warmer light can turn things yellow or gold.
Oh.
But daylight can be...
Put sunglasses on in the house bright.
Which, I mean, if you want a bright light, it's great but it can also not be very calming as well. And so we try to sit down and, so like a warmer white will be in the 27K, and then as a 3000 might be like a softer white, and daylight is like 5000K and higher. So there's different stepping stones, but it's figuring out what's aesthetically pleasing to you and your family, and then keeping that consistent throughout. And that has more to do with your bulbs than your fixtures. But a lot of fixtures nowadays have built-in LED bulbs. So it's being aware of that even as you're picking your fixtures, so that you know maybe what color temperature you're locking into at that point. And then just trying to keep it so that when you're moving from one room to the other, you're not feeling like your eyes are having to adjust in each space.
Never forget the first time I heard of lights that could literally change legitimate color.
Mm-hmm.
Like from the traditional yellowish to red to blue to green to whatever.
Yep.
I'm like, why would you ever want red lights in your house?
In case you're hosting a party or something.
Yes. The options are endless.
Yeah. Well, and It's kind of nice because you don't have to lock in at that point, but once you find something that's soothing, you're most likely going to stick to it most of the time. But a lot of electricians will tell you to their disc lights, which is kind of, they're replacing can lights now. Most of those you can actually switch and pick your lighting temperature off of it, which is kind of neat. So you don't have to know your lighting temperature quite until you get those in, and then you can see what you like better, what works best with your paint color. Because, yeah, I mean, lighting changes everything. And so, yeah.
So when people come in, are those some of the things you ask them, like what color paint's on the wall? And from what it sounds like, part of it is like what you prefer.
Yeah, it is. It's what's fitting for your eye, because I mean, some people have more sensitivity than others too. So that is usually, once we get to the lighting is one of the later things that we do in a space when we're designing. But it's if a client can only do one thing, if they're on a tight budget and they have to pick and choose what to do first, the first recommendation I always give is do lighting, because getting a room well lit and having that consistency will actually be the most transforming for the client, for sure.
In the world of smart homes, does lighting lead the way?
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. I mean, you can walk into a room and they can turn on, and there's so much technology that's going behind everything. So it's pretty cool.
Can you literally have your lights turn on when your garage door opens?
I'm sure you can. With Alexa, you can do just about anything. So we haven't gotten quite that high tech, and that's probably more to do with the electrician. But yeah, I mean, where technology is going is nuts. We have been selling a ton of lit mirrors in bathrooms now, and they have what we call ghost technology, where you literally just wave your hand in front of it, and you not only can turn it on, but you can pick your lighting temperature. So you can go
just by waving your arms?
Just by waving your hand in front of the mirror. And then the way that they're lit, you can pick on the mirror. We've got a couple at the store, so you guys should come and check it out. But you can pick if you want the light to be coming out of the mirror, or like on top of the mirror, or from in back of the mirror, backlit, or if you want it to be both.
So there you have it.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. Once you go to the store and you start playing, you're like, okay, I can't stop. But it's just neat. Again, you probably have, and once you find your comfort zone, you're probably going to keep it at that. And then when you walk in the room, you can just turn it on and it's ready to go. But to have the ability to say, you know, maybe I have a migraine today, and normally I like it closer to daylight. Well, today I'm going to want it a little bit softer. And so to have the capability to change and transform
that. Can it be like your car, where your driver's seat knows who's driving and sets it just the way they want it?
Well,
like a preset?
I'm sure it will get that way, because if you set it in your bathroom, your mirror that way, it will automatically go back to that. If you flip on the switch and your mirror is part of it, it will go back to your last setting. And so it is like your car, where it's kind of remembering where you wanted it last.
So that's an area that didn't used to have lights in it before, right?
Correct.
It was your bathroom mirror.
Yeah. Well, and now, I mean, people are going to fancier hotels and they're starting to see it. And so they're realizing, like, hey, I can actually see doing my makeup a little bit better, or shaving. And that kind of brings me to the different types of lighting. There are 4 different types of lighting throughout your house. There's ambient lighting, which is probably the most important, because that's your overall lighting. It gives you the ability to see, and that's most of your disc lights or ceiling lights, where it's close to the ceiling, more centered in the room, so that it's kind of giving that soft overall glow to your space so that you can see what you're doing. Next, and we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, is your task lighting. So places where it's more important to see what you're doing. So whether it's in your bathroom when you're doing makeup, or your kitchen when you're cooking, or maybe it's a place where you like to read. That's where task lighting is really important. And task lighting is more directional, and it's a little bit brighter so that you can focus more on your activity. The third, which is my favorite, is accent lighting. And this is where things have really changed in the last 5+ years. We're using accent lighting to enhance architecture, to show art. And that's why it's my favorite, because it's taking a feature of your home that you really love and saying, you know what, I want to draw attention to this. So I'm going to light it so that when you walk in the room, it sets the stage immediately. And so that's where accent lighting is really cool. And things like under cabinet lighting, where maybe you just did your backsplash, or you did some wall cladding where you ran the countertop up the backsplash, and you want to show people, hey, this is classy. I want to show that off. That's where the accent lighting really comes in. And then lastly, another one of my favorites is the decorative lighting. And that might be where we're bringing in a particular fixture just for the look of it, not because we need more lighting.
Doesn't have to be some giant chandelier.
Well, I mean, we want that look. So, or maybe a staircase where we want it layered and we just really want to enhance it. And so the decorative lighting, it could be a chandelier, it could be a lamp, it could be something where you're just saying, okay, this has my style written all over it, the personality, the character of where I want my room to go. And we bring it in intentionally just for the look of it. So,
well, I mean, for some floors, certainly it's easy to explain it in a kitchen, because lighting, as you said, you can highlight a backsplash. But I mean, if you have really nice hardwood floors, or a beautiful staircase, putting that light on it really.
We're doing a project right now where we're lighting the stairs going up. And so we're tiling the stairs with a very cool tile, and it's like, let's show this off. Let's really bring it home, and how cool. And just, I could imagine at night when, you don't have as many lights on, and having that lit so that you're not tripping down the stairs too. So it could be tascule and accent lighting. So you're showing off what you have, but it's also a function.
Don't they have like electrical wall plates too that have some lighting in it at night?
Oh, yes. Yep. And we actually have them in our house. And so they're like outlets. We use it to light our hallway.
Yeah, it's like the outlet cover.
Yes.
That
And
lights up.
it leads in our house. We do it so it leads you to the bathroom, because there's nothing worse than waking up in the middle of the night and being like, okay, I don't want to turn my light on because I don't want to be blinded, but I'd like to at least see so I'm not running into things. So, yeah, it is really crazy. And we're super pumped because Ashlyn and I, the end of this month, are going to be going to High Point, North Carolina. And I'm going to do a corny pun, but it's literally the high point of a designer's career is to be able to go to High Point. It's the market that they host. It's the whole entire town, but it's for furniture and lighting. And we get to see what's new, what's coming out, what's transforming in furniture and lighting. And so we're really pumped to go there, be some of the first to see it, and bring it back to the Bemidji community.
See, that's why you go to the design store.
Well, that's our hopes, that that we're doing our research, we're doing our due diligence, and getting out there and saying, okay, and to answer your question from last time, Brian, making sure that the gap of going from East and West Coast to Bemidji, instead of it being years, it's like we're keeping up with the here and now, so we don't have to feel like we're behind the rest of the world.
The whole town?
Well, we're going to get there. Just come and visit us at the design store, and
What?
then you'll be able to...
But you say the whole town of High Point is in on this?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry, I
cool.
misunderstood.
No, you're good.
Yes, but the whole entire town, and so we're only going to have 2 days there. It goes for like 5. We're going to be putting our running shoes on and literally just trying to see as much as we can see. We only had a little bit of time to do it, so on Friday night we get there at like midnight, and then Saturday and Sunday we're going to just go to town, and Monday we leave at like 5 a.m. in the morning, so it's going to be a little bit of torture getting there and leaving, but while we're there, we're just going to drink our Red Bulls and keep going.
We can tell you're excited about it.
I don't know if you ever needed a Red Bull.
Are you saying I have enough energy to carry me through without
Yes,
one?
I do.
Well, I love it. We try to keep that going. When you're truly excited about something, it makes it easy.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, learn more about lighting. Go talk to Alisa and the crew at the design store. They'll give you information that you need to know, stuff you didn't know,
Yep,
and you'll make better decisions what
for
you
sure.
want in your home.
You'll come out feeling smarter.
Perfect. Alisa, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.